Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's regional news. We begin with news from Haiti. A lingering constitutional crisis in Haiti that has triggered protest, unrest, and bureaucratic chaos is overshadowing the country's COVID-19 vaccine rollout and fanning a vaccine hesitancy that has also led to fewer immunizations against preventable diseases. Yves Sassenrat, country director of the United Nations Population Fund, said that the immunization sector is being hit in Haiti by lack of trust in the health system, misinformation, access issues, fear in terms of violence, and fake news. Haiti has been without a parliament since January 2020 when lawmakers' terms expired without elections. Since then, President Jovenel Moïse has ruled by decree amid growing calls to resign set against a cascade of street protests and escalating gang violence and kidnappings. So far, Haiti has been spared high COVID-19 death tolls. Fewer than 300 people have died since the start of the pandemic, largely attributed to the fact that more than half of Haiti's 11 million population are under the age of 24. Conversely, the Dominican Republic, which shares the same island, has seen more than 3,226 deaths and 246,299 cases, many linked to its booming tourism industry. And now for some more news. As countries undertake the largest vaccination campaign in history, the World Bank has worked with governments, WHO, UNICEF, the Global Fund, and the GAVI on accessing countries' readiness to safely deploy COVID-19 vaccines in 128 low and middle-income countries. The results indicate that income level and other economic indicators correlate weakly with vaccine preparedness. The report focuses on 10 key indicators, including cold chain and logistics, population prioritization, budgeting, training of healthcare personnel, and safety surveillance, among others. Initial findings show that 85% of countries that participated in the assessments have developed national vaccination plans, and 68% have safety measures in place, including systems for reporting adverse reactions. However, only 30% have developed plans to train the large number of vaccinators who will be needed, and only 27% have created social mobilization and public engagement strategies to encourage people to get vaccinated. Given worrying vaccine hesitancy, strategies to generate confidence, acceptance, and demand for vaccines are urgently needed. Countries affected by conflict and fragility, 37 out of 128, scored lower than other countries on almost all indicators. We now turn our attention to Brazil. Brazilians' disapproval of President Jair Bolsonaro's handling of the COVID-19 crisis is at a record high, and he may face a tough campaign for re-election next year, according to new polls, as Brazil struggles with its worst pandemic surge yet. A Datafolha survey released late on Tuesday showed 57% of Brazilians regard Bolsonaro's handling of the crisis as bad or awful. A separate poll by Poder Data showed two leftist rivals could beat Bolsonaro in a potential runoff vote in October 2022. Support for Bolsonaro has eroded as Brazil faces a brutal second wave of coronavirus cases, with a record 2,841 deaths in 24 hours reported on Tuesday and a record 90,303 new confirmed infections reported on Wednesday. The Datafolha poll of 2023 people carried out showed a further decline in confidence in Bolsonaro over the pandemic since previous poll in January 2021, when 48% respondents expressed disapproval. And finally, on the international scene, a brother of Honduras President Juan Orlando Hernandez should be sentenced to life in prison for running a, and I quote, state-sponsored drug trafficking conspiracy, end of quote, with the nation's current leader, U.S. federal prosecutors say in documents filed before a sentencing hearing scheduled next week. Juan Antonio Tony Hernandez, a former Honduran congressman, was convicted in October 2019 of participating in a conspiracy to traffic in cocaine to the United States that involved the use of machine guns. Documents filed by prosecutors in the Southern District of New York late on Tuesday lay out Tony Hernandez's criminal history as well as the points where it overlapped with his brother, who served as the leader of Honduras National Congress before assuming the presidency in January 2014. They allege that among those bribes was $1 million from notorious Mexican capo Joaquin El Chapo Guzman to one Orlando Hernandez. President Hernandez has repeatedly denied any ties to drug traffickers, as he has Lobo, whose son is currently serving a 24-year prison sentence for drug trafficking in the U.S. Neither president has been charged. And that is all for your regional news. Thank you for joining.